It previously felt like a map where it was fairly even, but now it's heading towards a CT-sided map. And in the previous 2 weeks, we have seen many CT sides just beasting, getting like 11 rounds there. So interesting how the map selection has changed. Cash is definitely a welcome addition to the general rotation of maps in competitive play. And we are in a pistol round with Cloud9 on the CT side, 2 armors.
Oh, actually, just to interrupt you quickly, first we should note that we do have Lucky standing in for Sidolf, as I've been informed. So
On team mobility.
yes, yes. And looks like a push on B-Apps actually here from Cloud9. So they're quickly going to work out what's going on here.
Yeah, that's going to be lots of valuable information. We may have a quick peek into mid here, but the incoming smokes will tell all the story I need to know. That it's going to be a nice meaty grenade. That doesn't connect with anything here. That's the mobility push to site. First frag goes to Cloud9 though.
Ooh, and nothing in a great position, but look at that. They want nothing bad. They're going to get him straight away with the headshot, and Sean Gares as well going to fall. So it's so far so good for Team Mobility. They have the site, but really fast rotation here from Cloud9, and that bomb is ticking away. Eco working on those Netco guy players, and it looks like Cloud9 is going for the cleanup, and they are quite successful. So really nice stuff there from Cloud9. And actually, one thing to note, as I'm sure the American team will be very familiar with Netco guys, is we at FACEIT recently partnered up with Netco guys. So if you want a membership, I'm sure you guys probably know a lot more about them in America than in Europe, generally speaking. If you want to get a 50% off a membership, then the code is actually FACEIT in all caps. It's pretty hot stuff. And we'll talk about it a bit more after the match, as we are in here with some scouts.
Okay, you can see Cloud9 have upgraded their armor with the helmets as well, so they don't get one shot on this anti-eco round. Davey does take it in the face, and his teammates will be around the A-bomb site. We've got Stan just checking for the flank, but now they will go and proceed towards the A-bomb site and see if they can get the bomb down here.
Yeah, so I guess, the standard Glock, just staying with the Glocks because they got the bomb round down on the first round, which will allow them to buy up now after just one mere eco, and here is the buy. So now everything is going to be quite interesting to see if Cloud9 will... Well, I should think that they would definitely stick with the scout setup, and they're going to be going up against mostly AKs here from Mobility. So this is definitely a great chance for Mobility, but also if Cloud9 are able to win this, their economy is going to be looking really fantastic, as they didn't really invest much into this round. So we get a quick push here on Palace from Shroud, and again, they quickly work out that's likely mid, and the apps and underpass are probably going to be experiencing some traffic here for the terrorist side.
Going to see the flank here in T-spawn from Shroud, who, I'm not sure if he was able to take the shot there, but he will have some information as to where the bomb is going, as Semphis does get to work in mid and takes out Slip.
Some good tags here, lots of damage and a couple frags going the way of Cloud9 already. Finally, Semphis does go down, but Hiko is still holding this short mid position. Nothing also in connector with that scout. So a very tough situation here now for Mobility, as they do try to work their way onto some form of an option. And look at this, Sean Gares forced to the close range defense, but the CZ, too good. Davey going to go down, and now Lucky is alone against the 4 men of Cloud9. And there is round number 3, and they pick up the AKs. They're not even going to have to really spend any money here, just Semphis, and this is actually, from an economic standpoint, just absolutely mind-blowingly good here for Cloud9.
As we were mentioning just before this match started about the European Mirage and how you see the passive play from the Ts at mid, we did see that last round, and we're actually not so much seeing it now. There's an eco rush towards the B bomb site through mid. Sean Garrett does take one down, does get a second frag, 7 HP. He will probably retreat to a safe haven. And the bomb is down for the Ts, so I don't think it's going to be planted unless Lucky goes nuclear with that P250.
Man, Hiko really reminds me of Freiburg in many ways, of NIP.
Yeah, absolutely.
He feels like the Freiburg of Cloud9. And honestly, in his own way at the same time, but he's so clutch, his execution is amazing, and his team is very comfortable with putting him in positions of high pressure where he has to deliver kills. And this is like a... the Freiburg thing is like, playing B on Inferno. This Hiko, they often leave him B alone, and this is a very real possibility for him to play that effectively. So that's really a lovely thing to see in action.
Double AWP set up here for Cloud9. Sean Garez and Semphis going to be the brothers in arms here with the scopes. We've got one in connector at the moment, as Shroud does get one in Palace. Davey will wait for the next round. And we have Semphis in CPL and Sean Garez in connector. So it looks like a double AWP in mid setup at the moment.
And we do have a lot of traffic that could potentially go through connector and perhaps a boost up into CPL. In fact, there it is, and Semphis very close to this, and he's going to spot it. Very ready for that, in fact, with that CZ already out, predicting the boost there. And it's like very good reads coming in here, and even having the goal to just jump straight through the window to go for the frag, as he realized that there was a player near underpass here. And he's also going to get the information there as well by sacking himself. And it looks like Cloud9 holding on pretty strong to these positions so far. Mobility trying to work their way in, using a pick, using something to gain a yard here or there. And they are slowly making their way up connector here. But they're both there together, and Cloud9 are slowly going to be sandwiching them as they come out onto the stairs area. Only one pick to be made by Zek before finally Mobility are closed out there.
5-0 to Cloud9 at the moment. And we probably see a buy here from Mobility, unless they do choose to eco. No, the buy is coming out indeed. So we're going to have one Galil and 4 AKs. Again, the double AWP setup does continue here for Cloud9. Mobility putting one person towards the A-bomb sites at the moment, and 3 in B apps. One presumably will go towards the underpass.
Oh, Slip, unable to make the pick there. Going for the risky play. I admire it, but he wasn't able to make that one happen. That would have been, and that play would have allowed the players in B to actually come out on the distraction that he would have caused. And that would have been the perfect storm there for Mobility. But now they've got to go to plan B. How do they get into that B bomb site? That's really the question for them. Do you have Hiko there?
It looks like we're going to see an eventual smoke, potentially flash and bum rush here from the terrorist. They need to do it fast, however, before the CTs push too far and realize that they're not going to go towards the A-bomb site. But they do seem to expect it. They've got 4 people on A at the moment, but here comes the rotation as the Ts come in. Hiko's detected the push, and we'll see if the Ts can get the bomb down.
Hiko ready and waiting. Here is number 1, Zek going down. Hiko with the double. There is one more player to be found. Only 2 points of health, though, and he won't survive. And now Stan in a 1-on-2 situation. So this, with the bomb down in 30 seconds, if you can find the 1-on-1, then this could go very well. But Cloud9, a very experienced team here, going to be working a team play setup to constantly be baiting him on the left, on the right, until eventually he just goes down. And there goes the orb for Sean Gare. Going to take him out immediately. No play at all there. And 6-0. Mobility with a close round, but no dice at the end there.
Let's see if they go for the double AWP again. Semphis is indeed actually going to go for the M4 instead, so they're going to change the setup a little bit. They did have the money. Sean Garris had around 10,000 in the bank, but they'll go for the single AWP this time, which is always important for the CTs to be unpredictable. And it looks like we're going to have a full commit to the A-bomb site here, but Shroud does take down Slip early on, and this is going to be difficult. He's going to push the smoke and see absolutely nothing before nothing rips Lucky's head off, and it is a 2 versus 5 now. So I think we're going to see Mobility back on the eco soon. Yeah,
definitely. And here goes Nothing to try to pick up the last 2 kills, and not going to make the one onto Zek. But he has plenty of teammates to clean it up, that one up for him. And yeah, you know, Cloud9, they are so far away from an eco themselves, their bank being so huge right now. Mobility are in a lot of trouble. They have, you know, the saving grace perhaps that they do have that maximum $3,400 consecutive round loss money bonus. That is somewhat of something that's kind of okay, but at the same time, it's going to be almost impossible for them to find themselves in a situation where they force Cloud9 onto an eco, unless they're dealing significant economic damage every round. So we'll have to see if they're able to do that, as so far there are no players going down for Cloud9 just yet, and Mobility trying to use those PT50s to work some action here on A for the A split, but nothing quite going their way just yet against the rifles of Cloud9.
Nice positioning there from Semphis on connector. Rather than facing the corner of top mid, he's facing slightly inwards to kind of give the Ts the idea that there's nobody actually there since no one was facing the corner. So they run past and he gets an easy kill on the first guy and takes out the second guy who is on eco as well. We'll see an aggressive push here on the A-bomb site, but there's no quick frag with AWP. Davey, however, does take out Nothing in apps, and this could be the first round here for Mobility.
Yeah, really good punish there. And this is something they can build off of. We see a lot of teams, they like to play passively after an early round pick like that to kind of make the CTs, you know, rotate and go 2-2 either side. And then they can find this really nice engagement, this really nice avenue of attack. But we can see Cloud9 right now, they're sticking very close to mid here with a good setup. And this is potentially the kind of best situation for Cloud9 to find themselves some frags, is playing with this mid. And actually, we're seeing a couple of kills coming in from Sean Gares there, able to pick off 2 players as they do, you know, enter mid. And it looked like Mobility really wanted that A split, but the bomb is down now over at the top of mid. This is going to be very hard to recover from this position now. Cloud9 all over this. We do have players all over the place, actually, for Mobility, so maybe we'll be able to find a pick here or there. Another good one from Davey. That's 2 right now from him in this round. And we get a great pick off there from Slip as well. So getting those one-on-one Angels won our Mobility right now to put them in a 3-on-1 situation. Hiko. He is Hiko.
I wonder if he knew where the bomb was there, or if he's just choosing not to face through connector, because despite him being the only person there, the bomb was top mid, but Mobility have managed to retrieve it, and Hiko will have to go for the retake here on his own against 3.
So here he goes in from jungle. They smoke off connector. Hiko is ready, checking every single angle and spot for any Mobility players. We've seen him successful in these situations before. I'm not sure if he quite saw the player on the left there, over towards slope. With 3 players left, he's going to eliminate all the positions. He's seen the first one. All they have to do is delay enough time here to make it impossible. Hiko, first headshot onto Slip. That's all he's going to find, though. And very well played by Mobility to actually bring that one back. And it looks like we're having a round here for Mobility. And again, it's hard for them to find the eco on Cloud9, but at least they're pulling in some rounds, some good individual performances. Yeah,
that's their first round on the board. And they're going to need to win every round that remains to make it 8-7. But again, Cloud9 back with a double AWP setup. And it is going to take a little while to force them onto an eco. However, buying 2 AWPs will make it that little bit faster if Mobility do get the rounds. And that's the first frag there for Zek on Sean Gares to give them an initial advantage here in round 10.
Yeah, certainly now they have to decide, okay, how are we going to play with this pick now? We've gotten rid of a guy from connector, so we can logically assume that there's 2 on A still. We know that Hiko plays B, so that they know more or less how Cloud9 should be set up. But Cloud9, they're not afraid. They go in for the frags, just peeking in for those Angels. They are more than happy to take them, and they are winning them this round. Slip now alone against the Cloud9 lineup, able to take down Shroud. But look at this, pretty much everybody's looking at Palace right now. So Slip is going to find it very hard pressed to get out of there. You can see he does get himself down onto the bomb site, looking for more frags here. Doesn't get it, but yeah, it was a nice opening. Really good pick from Zek, but Cloud9, they seem so... They're so eager to go for the repeats. They don't care. They don't care.
Triple AWP now for Cloud9, man. We're seeing quadruple scouts, triple AWPs. This is madness. I noticed that Mobility, the bomb carrier has been caught in mid a number of times in this round, which is going to make it really difficult for them to, you know, get anywhere afterwards. And we are going to see a Glock train into the B bomb site here.
And they're all just burning in the flames and blind, on fire, choking in the smoke. And Hiko's going to finish them off with the help of Semphis. And yeah, just the kamikaze run. Just get the eco over with, and Mobility are able to buy once more.
So the triple AWP continues. I wonder where the third one's going to be. Nothing with the AWP now. We'll see. Looks like he's heading towards the A bomb site. So are we going to have 2 mid and 1 A? Although the second one, if one's being played in connector, then that's basically A and mid. So we'll see where they head. We've got Semphis getting the first pick on Lucky here. Nothing getting the second one on Zek. And Mobility have to wonder what the hell's going on here with these AWPs.
Yeah, it's just AWPs for days right now. And Mobility can't quite seem to find a way in. And the many AWPs makes the picking style so hard for the Ts. Especially considering some of the timings can be quite superior for Cloud9 on the CT side into mid. You know, getting some good angles from connector and from short and from CPL all at the same time is a bit overwhelming. But we'll have to see if Mobility are able to like deal with this in the following round. Slip going to get himself 1 frag, but and stands the last man standing here against the 4. Slip calling out the owned. And Semphis knows it. He got his ass handed to him. He accepts it. But either way, this is something, you know, for the strategic players of Mobility to say, okay, right, we've seen this right now on Cloud9. We know they're running like a many AWP setup, the many AWPs setup, and
The mini AWP setup.
the many AWPs,
Wow.
and many.
Would
AWPs,
you believe
much success.
English is his first language?
Indeed, indeed. Either way, you have your strategic players saying, okay, this is the setup they're running with, and this setup has inherent strengths, weaknesses, and as we see Stan going into the B bomb site, and Eco just playing with him, and let's see if he's just baiting him massively here. He knows he can just keep peeking in and out, and Stan just has to keep going for the fake, because as soon as he holds it down, Tico's going to come out and gun him down just like that. Impossible situation for Stan.
That
But,
awkward
yeah.
moment when you fake the bomb and then you have to reload your rifle. You get shot in the chest. Oh, that's no good. His team could have done with the money as well. So,
Yeah.
although, it doesn't mean he made the wrong decision. It's just unfortunate that he did manage to plant the bomb.
They wouldn't have been able to buy either way, so it's alright. They would only be on 3k, so...
Ooh, just in the middle of nowhere. Slip just gets caught with his pants down, as we say in the UK. And Zek will go forward with the Glock, but doesn't manage to beat the CZ.
And actually getting a couple of kills in here, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool question to ask. Is like if for those players out there and people who like really appreciate like breaking down the game and stuff, is when you have like a setup, whether it's like one AWP or even no AWPs, if it's just 5 rifles or 3 AWPs in this case, or triple SCAR. We've seen that before in the last week's American Cup here, and you ask yourself, like, what is the strengths and weaknesses of this setup? Like, what's really what is it really good at, and what's it really bad at? And this like helps you to start like thinking about how to play against it in a very basic way. But definitely every single setup has its strengths and weaknesses and potentials. So it's always very interesting to go theory craft mode on that.
Yeah, some of the tidbits of this one would be just abusing the ranges of this game. Obviously, the T's having to force their way into the A-bomb site, or down mid, or through B tunnels. All abusable ranges with AWPs, and that's why we see 3 of them here for Cloud9. Working a treat for them at the moment as Semphis takes that Stan, nothing takes that Slip. Zek does get some semblance of revenge, and they've got 2 frags down now, but the bomb, again, is in no man's land at the moment, but that frag will change everything. And Zek will go to pick up the bomb, or not. It's a 1v1 now, so who knows what his decision-making will be. Going for the frag, it seems.
Zek has been on point with the AWPing here for his team Mobility, as he has Sean Gares waiting anxiously behind the box towards CT spawn to gun him down. 30 seconds do remain to be played with here for Zek. And he is going to keep going the angle. I think he still thinks that he's behind the box here, behind the toll booth, and he's not. And this, Sean Gares Betty on the other corner there, and Zek will just grab him just in time with that AWP for the round as they get 2 on the board. And respect. We are seeing some good picks coming in here from Mobility. But I think, we're getting the Scar here from Hiko, so almost all snipers.
Where does Hiko even take this? I want to see where he goes with this.
Well, he's usually the B man, so I guess
that makes sense.
He goes B alone. And so one thing again to expand on the previous thought is that AWPs are really, really good against the picking style that terrorists like to choose sometimes, because you don't. A weakness of the AWP is that you can get overwhelmed and that people can get close to you, and then suddenly the shots become very hard, and it's not as easy to deal with to just like no-scope people. That's not like a comfortable, reliable situation. So picking against lots of AWPs can be very difficult. And so far we see Sean Gares going down here, and we have Mobility down 1 player. But they do have Zek still alive, so there is hope. But wait, Zek is down now. As I say that, they're trying to get up mid, but Cloud9 are being very responsible at putting in those bullets. And they always seem to find the torsos of Mobility. You can see Shroud just going back towards Connector here, trying to lock it down. They know there's someone on underpass. In fact, Stan actually going to get the better of Semphis from that underpass position as Slip in the ladder room looks cautiously both ways. And it'll be Hiko to gun him down. Stan going to make some return frags here, gets a double, but nothing on top of things over at CPL. And we get our first half played here, 13-2 for Cloud9. Perhaps a very expected result for many of the viewers, and myself, and you, James.
That's a very strong half there from Cloud9, and I don't know if Mobility gave up towards the end there. I mean, they're just all kind of facing. You've got 3 AWPs on the map, and there's not as much smoking as there could have been. I mean, we saw some in the mid area, but we'll come back to that because we are in the midst of the pistol round at the moment, and the first frag does go to Netcode guys.
Yeah, and it's a
Netcode
quick
guys,
take
sorry.
of this site here for Cloud9. Straight up on this B-bomb site. We get the retake coming in from Mobility here from Kitchen. And Nothing in a very good position up in the apps here. But it is a 2-on-3, so Davey and Stan might just be able to find the headshots here. Davey, no! Davey goes down, and Cloud9 clean up and win the pistol round. And this could be a very fast end here for Mobility, having lost the pistol round, unless they're able to pull out something marvelous here. And we are going to be seeing a couple Pro 90s.
I think we're going to see a rush here. I mean, you've got to get close to these P90s.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously they're going to expect the force buy here from the CTs. And decoy spread all over the map. Slip does, however, take out Shroud. And we'll pick up an AK to go with Stan's Scout.
AK dropped there by Slip, though. And looks like we're getting a pretty close situation. The Pro 90 is not perhaps performing as they should just yet, but they're still alive and kicking as we have Davey and Lucky remaining. What can they do here at the end of this round? Lucky going to pick off the guy who just finished planting. He was so helpless, but Lucky did not care. He took him down anyway. No prisoners here for Mobility as the frags do go back and forth. Hiko on nothing. 6 points of health, going for the jump shot, and
that
Lucky
fire.
barely unable to take him down. Burst too strong, and that's the match point now coming in for Cloud9.
Well, this has been a pretty quick match, considering it started 26 minutes late. So, yeah, I mean, this is a romp for Cloud9, so just too strong. We've got the double scout set up on Mobility side. Once again, no choice but to force buy here. They have to go for the draw. There are, well, for the tie, there are no actual draws here in FACEIT, so if it went to 15-15, it would be MR5 overtime. But that's not looking very likely at the moment as Cloud9 storm towards victory here. And only 3 players left for Mobility. Only 2 with armor, and Stan with the just naked with the scout here. As Cloud9 hunt them down.
Looks like Lucky is able to actually find a kill onto Sempus there, and we go to a 2-on-2. A severe disadvantage on the weapons there, unless they find themselves some of those dropped AKs around the map. And Hiko going to take down Lucky. And here we go. Stan. Stan the man. Here he goes. Up short with the AK that he just found. Hiko's pretty low, but once again, Cloud9 in the 1-on-2. Very, very top team when it comes to those team play setups in these situations. And looks like they're going to peak at the same time, and they will win the round, and 16-2 is the score. So Cloud9 defeats Mobility in a crushing result on Mirage, and